The Apostle Paul and the End of the Age, Part 4. The Apostle Paul sees earthly time in three different ages. He sees past in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 5, and Colossians chapter 1, verse 26, where the truth of the final gospel was not known as it is now revealed to apostles and prophets. This is because there was no Holy Spirit revelation available that was not based on the finished work of the cross. Those in the law dispensation, that period from Moses to Jesus of Nazareth, had no revelations or prophecies concerning Christ living in humans. Several times, Paul says that this liberating truth was not known in time past. Paul then sees the present age in Romans chapter 12 verse 2 and Galatians chapter 1 verse 4. Paul carries the same message concerning this present world that Jesus of Nazareth had. Paul says that believers should not be conformed to this present world. In the prayer Jesus prayed in John chapter 17, he mentions the world 16 times, mostly in negative terms. Yet Paul says that Christ is the reason for the world. He says that all things were made by him and for him, and nothing is in existence aside from him. Those who had a revelation knows that this world was created to be a schoolhouse to train believers on how to live in the Father's house. Paul also teaches that our sins are taken away so that we might be delivered from this present evil world. It is hard for believers today to get their minds fixed according to the Father's plan. The Father is simply using this old world for his own purposes, and what it all means is that the world is made by Christ, can be and is compatible to the new creation or born again believers' daily living. Sadly, most believers are in a religion attempting to change this present world for their own benefit. They are attempting to live in this world without the benefit of Paul's final gospel. This will not work. The final gospel is a message from Christ to Paul that gives the details of how a believer can exist in this present world. But to do this, there is an entirely new orientation that is needed in order to understand what God is doing. This wisdom comes from Christ to Paul, and Paul gives it to us in many places in his epistles. This Christ wisdom is given to those who want answers to the problems of life. It is never God's purpose to destroy the world we live in. And with the knowledge and blessings of His grace, any and every believer can rest in God's provision. Finally, Paul mentions the age to come. These two verses and several others shows that Paul's interest in the future is not prophetically inclined. There is no mention by Paul of any of the prophecies given by Christ, or for that matter, no mention of anywhere else in scriptures. This is most enlightening to think that four-fifths of the Bible deals with prophecy and Paul never mentioned any of it. He must have a reason. Certainly, the reason is clear. All prophecy in the Bible relates to Israel, and none of it concerns to the believers or the church. The nearest thing to a prophetic event that relates to the future for the new creation is the rapture. Paul is true to the message Christ gave him, and nothing in grace can apply to end time prophecy. To God be the glory. God bless you.